Besides all the great scenery up here in the Wawa Mountains and the great views, Linda always likes looking for Mustangs, and we never seem to run out of them here. She does a great job taking pictures of them. First stop is the Lamerdorf Kilns. John and Jean wanted to see these, and we wanted to come back and see. Here's 8 years ago and today. Nothing's changed. Everything's exactly the way it always has been. Linda found some really nice purple bottles and glass and the dump site here. Okay, I'll show you what the road's like coming in here on the way out from the Lamerdorf Kilns. If you don't follow the GPS track, it's a pretty hard place to find. The turn into here is what's really hard to find. There was 3 things of interest here. One was the kilns that we just left, the Lamerdorf Kilns, the Bordino Ranch, which we wanted to investigate a little more and see just what was there and look at some of the other outbuildings and things, and we'll get into that later. And then the last thing, when the main reason for coming out here was to find Kiln Spring, where there's supposed to be 5 more kilns back in the mountains north of here. And we'll take a look at it. In the meantime, look at this road in here. This could get washed out at any time. And apparently it's been moved around a little bit, because our memory of it, we used to drive a lot of the wash to get in here, and now the road goes around the wash and it's almost washed out in places. Now this road is really narrow, and there are some places in here to scratch your vehicle up, give you desert pinstriping. So if you don't want that to happen, this would probably be a good place not to go. Alright, it's not too bad. The road now, it's pretty passable, and it's really pretty in here. Stay with us here. We just want to show you what this is like on this whole road coming in here. There's a lot of places like this where it gets pretty narrow and tight, and you have to make some pretty sharp turns and get around some of these branches that are hanging out into the trail. Here's a place that could get washed out. The road's really narrow right here, and the wash has cut it out on either side. Well, let's head over to the Bordino Ranch. I think you've seen enough of this road into the Lamerdorf Kilns. Okay, this should give you a rough idea of what the road's like coming in here. It's an interesting old ranch from back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I guess it was a cattle ranch out here in the mountains. Pretty well put together rock building. And a bunch of other buildings, including what it looks like, I think it was like a cold storage right there in that picture. Take a look inside. I think that's probably what it is. It was covered with dirt. Linda spotted this. I don't know what it is. We haven't figured that out. I think this was a watering tank on the way into the Kiln Spring, and this is what the road is like on in there. And this was really narrow and tight. So anyway, we'll give you an idea of what we had to do to get in here. Well, this was the only place we had to, but I had to cut this tree back quite a bit to get through here. And so here we are at Kiln Spring. 5 more kilns we found out here. It's a pretty interesting trip. Take a look at the GPS track and see for what you think.